Hey guys, welcome back to my weekly 5 minutes vlog of summer 2021. Here we go again. On Monday, I had an appointment for my lash extensions, and while I was getting my lashes done, I also took my sister to the salon nearby to get her nails done as well. I went for a more natural looking set this time and pray that they won't fall off too quick during my road trip. Later in the afternoon, I took my sister and my boyfriend to the Cypress Mountain where they opened up this new activity called the Eagle Coaster. We went during the first day that the coaster opened, so there were a lot of people lining up there. Later that night, I went to my friend's house for a sleepover so we can all leave really early in the morning together for our road trip. And here is a random footage of us trying to plan out which route we should take for the hike that we actually never ended up going anyways. Around 10 p.m. we all got really hungry, so we ordered some skewers from a random place that I've never heard of. After that, we also made some s'mores super excitedly as if we're a bunch of 6th graders who are going to camp for the first time in their life. Tuesday morning, 8 a.m., we got into our friend's brother's car and we headed towards Kelowna. It was about a 5-hour drive where we made 2 stops in between, and we also picked up some Timmy's for breakfast. Many small naps later, we finally arrived at the Sparkling Hill Resort where we booked a room for 4 people, and unfortunately they didn't have their room ready for us, so we actually went to brunch inside the hotel for a bit while waiting for check-in. Sparkling Hill Resort was actually really popular, so we weren't able to reserve the room with a better view, but honestly, I was already really happy with the mountain view we got. Since it was really hot that day, we decided to chill at the pool for about 2 hours before showering and getting dressed up for a fancy dinner at the hotel's restaurant called Peak Vine. I tried out this chilled soup made with watermelon and tequila, but honestly, I didn't really like it, but I did really like the rest of the meal. After dinner, we decided to go on a walk around the resort, but then we kind of got bored, so we headed back in and then just chilled in our room for the rest of the night. On Wednesday, each one of us had our spa treatment, and it got a maple sugar body scrub that made my skin feel so smooth like butter. After that, my friends and I headed to the pool once again, and we took a bunch of photos in the pool as well as in its serenity room. Later on the afternoon, we headed to this place called Davison's Orchard. We actually wanted to go to the kangaroo farm in the first place, but there wasn't any Uber in Kelowna and the cab was just way too expensive. So instead of petting really cute kangaroos, I ended up feeding a bunch of super smelly sheep and goats and a donkey as well. But did I mind it? No, because it actually reminded me of the childhood version of me trying to feed little goats and pet bunnies when I'm at the zoo in Shanghai, China. The farm also had a lot of mini games laid out for both children and adults to participate in. After that, we also walked around their mini farmers market to look at their fresh groceries and potential souvenirs. And because it was so hot, we ended up getting a couple drinks while waiting for our drive back to the hotel. I got showered and dressed up for another fancy dinner at Block 1, which is located in a winery. While waiting for our food, we also took a bunch of pictures once again because the lighting was just so nice during sunset. On Thursday, which is also our last day in Kelowna, we got up early to have some breakfast that is complimentary to our stay, and then we went back to our room and started packing for our noon checkout. We actually spent a bit more time in the pool area before we got dressed once again, and then went to this wine and coffee bar to grab a couple desserts and snacks so we're not too hungry on our drive back home. On Friday, I was actually pretty tired from all the road trip stuff, so it was a pretty chill day for my boyfriend and I. We first went back for his contact lens fitting, and I just watched him basically stab himself in the eye many times before he figured out how to put the contacts on. After that, we also headed to the gym for a bit, and for dinner, we grabbed malatang once again. It's not a surprise anymore at this point. And then here comes Saturday. On Saturday, I had my mom's homemade pasta for the first time in a very long time. And also here is a fit check that you've never asked for, but I just really love the orange combination. We went to the gym again that day, but we didn't film it. My boyfriend also got a new haircut while I sorted through my photos from the road trip. Later that evening, he said he will treat me to Rain or Shine ice cream, so that is my little happy run there. There was a super long lineup, but finally I was able to try their ice cream milkshake, and it was really sweet, but it was still pretty good though. We then went back to my place to watch some TV while Judy was very excitingly licking the rest of my milkshake cup. I also did some late night editing at 12 a.m. all the way to probably about 2 a.m. Sunday has actually slowly became a sports day for us because this week my boyfriend invited me to his place at 7 a.m. in the morning once again to watch another F1 racing.
And that's going to be watching some substantial figures, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's really hard to put.
And his race.
Yeah, that's effectively a 28.5-second penalty.
And as per our tradition, we went to brunch after the race, and we tried out this restaurant called Street Auntie that is located in downtown Vancouver. For lunch, the restaurant offers a pretty good combo of $19 that comes with all the free starters and a super big bowl of chilled noodle. In the early afternoon, my family, my boyfriend and I drove to Maple Ridge where they have this obstacle course place that we saw on our social media recommendation. The organization that creates these obstacle course is called Wild Play, and they have multiple locations around BC. And we also tried out this activity called WTF Jump, which is basically a free fall jump from 40 feet of height. It looked kind of slow on camera, but I promise it felt much faster and scarier in the moment. Then we just had my favorite cup noodle of all time for dinner. And that's it for this week. Bye!